guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title of this video, I am living alone for the first time by myself. I have been out of, I guess, like my childhood home. I didn't live there all the time, but like majority of my life, I moved out of there when I was 18 and I moved a little bit away to go to college. I'm still in state, but it's a decent amount away. But since I was 18, I've always had roommates. I think I've had a total of 8. Yeah, I've had 8 total roommates in the past 4 years, and it was a great time, honestly. I don't think it would have been a good idea for me to be living on my own at the age of 18. It was not a hard transition for me to live like outside or on my own, like not with parents, if you know what I mean. It wasn't, I actually like really enjoyed it. I loved the freedom. I loved living in like a new county, a new area of the state that I grew up in, and meeting a lot of people and having really good experiences, learning a lot of lessons. I wouldn't change anything that's happened in the past 4 years. It was everything that needed to happen. But with that being said, I have a year left in college and I am 22. I turned 22 2 months ago, and I just felt like it was time for me to grow up a little bit even more and live on my own, and that is exactly what I'm doing now. I have been living, like staying the night in this apartment for 3 nights now, but all 3 of those nights I've had friends staying with me because I was a little bit nervous to sleep here by myself. Not that I'm worried about like where I'm living. I love where I live. It's very secure. I feel very safe, but I just have anxiety. I just was nervous to like sleep somewhere by myself, like on my own. I haven't technically done that like all my life, I don't think, because I've always had roommates and someone's like always been in the place that I'm living with me, you know? You get what I mean? Tonight is the first night that I am like sleeping on my own. No one else is in here, and I'm a little bit scared. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous, but I do have Tuxie here with me, who obviously is having the time of his life at this house. I was very nervous to change up his living situation because he has anxiety just like his mother, but he has done amazing, except for he will wake me up in the middle of the night crying because he can't find me, even though this place is not big at all. And I will call out to him and be like, Tuxie, I'm in here, and he will not come to me. I have to come and get him. So hopefully tonight he, you know, gets more and more acclimated as the days go on, but in the daytime when we're just hanging out, he absolutely loves it. He's super playful. But yeah, Tuxie's happy, I'm happy. I love this place to death. This is by far my favorite place I have lived in the past 4 years since moving out of my mom's house, and I'm excited for a new chapter. I'm excited for a fresh start, if you will. I don't know, I feel like my life has changed like so much, obviously, over the past 4 years, but like even more so over the past year. I feel like I've grown so much, I've learned so much, I've really put work into learning about myself, and I've always had issues or like struggled with doing things on my own, like going to the grocery store or, you know, doing errands. I've always wanted someone to go with me, and I get like really bad anxiety as soon as I leave my house, typically, because my house is like my little, you know, safe place. But I've really been working on that. Medication helps a ton. It's been a bit of a jump to fully make myself like be on my own and do things on my own and accomplish things on my own, but I'm doing it, and I'm going to continue doing it, and I'm so proud of myself. So enough of rambling. I think for this video I am just going to, you know, chat with you guys. My current read is Just One Day by Gail Forman. I've not seen anyone post anything about this book. It is a bit of an older book. It was published in 2013. I read this, I would say like 8 years ago. I think I read it when I was like 13 or 14. Absolutely loved this book. Loved it to death. I'm actually gonna go on GOODREADS right now and see if I wrote a review for it, because I would write like, you know, like little reviews, not super like professional ones, a lot more frequently back then than I do now. And I've had my Goodreads since I was like 12 years old, which sometimes I think about making a new one, but I'm like, no, this like is also a memory. Okay, yeah, I gave it 5 stars. This also has a sequel to it called Just One Year. I also gave that 5 stars. Let's see if I wrote, oh my god, I did write one. That I loved part 1, but in part 2, I just wanted them to meet again. I wish it was more sped up, but the ending was perfection. Ordering Just One Year now. And I read this in 2015, so I was 13. Yeah, I read this when I was 13 or 14. I don't freaking know. So anyways, what I'm getting to is that I read this a long time ago. I absolutely loved it. I'd forgotten about it for such a long time. I went to Second and Charles 2 weeks ago and I saw this on the shelf for like $3 and I was like, oh my god. Younger Savannah loved this book so much, so I've started reading it. Now, I started reading this before I started packing, because last week was pack week, aka hell week. Glad I survived that. So I started reading it, probably read like 30 pages, and then I didn't read for like 5 days straight because by the time I was done with packing, it was like 8 o'clock and I was exhausted and I just wanted to watch Unexpected and go to bed. Now that I'm all settled in to this house, I have read, I think like 80 pages of it today. I'm up to 120. It's not giving what it was giving, I guess, for 13 or 14-year-old Savannah, because obviously I loved this book to death. And in that review, I think I said I enjoyed part 1 so much, but I didn't enjoy part 2. And I completely forgot this was split up into 2 parts, but it's fine. The whole premise of this book is that it's about this girl named Allison, and she's doing this like European tour with a bunch of kids that just graduated college, including her best friend. And she has always been a very like rule follower, like straight A student. She's got her whole life planned out. She's gonna go to college and go to med school and become a doctor just like her dad. And her friend, I think her name's Melanie, is like a lot more rebellious. She's like free-spirited. And so she starts like kind of channeling her best friend over the course of this trip. And the book starts where it's their last day on the European tour. Allison and Melanie are staying with Melanie's like family friend or cousin, something like that, that lives in London. They end up getting sidetracked and watching this like live Shakespeare play that is being acted out, like you follow the actors like throughout London. Maybe we'll just say London. They like follow them through like a part of London, and one of the actors catches her eye and she thinks that she catches his eye as well. And right before they're about to get on a train to go to London, she finds him again and he's like, what if I take you to Paris for just one day? And then you can meet up with your friend the next day. Like you can meet back up with her in London, like you can take the tube back, whatever. But like I want to show you Paris, because on this European tour, they never went to Paris and that's like one of the spots she wanted to go to. Part 1 is about her with Willem. It is cute. It's really cute. This is basically over the course of just one day. It's very descriptive. Things are very slow. She is kind of childish for being an 18-year-old, but like also 18-year-olds I guess are kind of childish, but not really. Like you're you know, an adult by then. I don't know. Just some of the ways that she thinks and the stuff that she says and like the jealousy and stuff. I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I don't really like Miss Allison that much. But I'm hoping that once I get kind of more into their like love story, and I have specific things that I remember from this book from like 8 or 9 years ago in my head, and I haven't gotten there yet, and so I'm excited to get to that. It is nostalgic for me, and it's just really sweet to reread something that little Savannah loved. So I'm going to read a good chunk of this tonight, and then I will get back to you guys with, I guess, some more of my thoughts. And I can check back in with you guys in the morning and let you know how my first night living alone went. I'm nervous. somebody felt alone out there in the world, I was there too. You know what time it is? It is Olipop time. It is almost 8 o'clock at night, but I'm exhausted. Oh my god. I would literally die if that's so dramatic. I'm not even gonna finish that sentence. Anyways, like how I said, it is now 8 o'clock. It is the next day. I was planning on doing a little update in the morning. I woke up at 10 o'clock and I had to get a car by 10:45 because I had a hair appointment today. We've got fresh roots going on now. So I'm very happy that that happened because I desperately needed it. And I also always love seeing my hairdresser. She is literally so freaking sweet. She is so nice. I've been seeing her since I was 15, and so I've been seeing her for like 7 years. Anyways, I survived the night. As you can see, I survived. That's literally so dramatic, but I did survive. I honestly wasn't that nervous. Like, once I laid down and I started reading and was just kind of like, I guess, distracting myself, and I honestly like enjoyed being here on my own, and I didn't think I would do that. Because like how I said, I've had friends sleeping here since I moved in. So it was me, myself, and Tuxie. And I watched Destiny Sidwell's new video last night, and it was so sad seeing her move out of the house that we've watched all of her videos in, but I'm so excited for her new journey. Anyways, I went and got my hair done. I went to my now old apartment and picked up some things that I needed to get from there to bring here. On top of that, I also got a package that had actually been there for a few days, but I didn't want to go and get it up until today. And it is from Penguin Random House. I don't know what this is, so y'all will find out with me. I feel like it's going to be a thriller, and I'm really excited about that. I don't know for sure. Everyone has a story, but not everyone's story is true. That sounds like a oh, Lady Killer by Catherine Wood. I feel like she's wrote something that I have read before. It seems like a thriller, which I absolutely love, and it's like a summary cover as well. We'll definitely be reading this soon. When a young woman vanishes from her remote Greek island estate, her best friend races to find her using clues found in the explosive manuscript she left behind. That actually sounds really good. Thank you, Penguin Random House, for that. That is always so fun to get book mail. Also did go to Target today because I had to get my new bookshelf because, like how I told y'all, one of mine broke. So I had to go get another one, but my mom has that because she has to help me build it because I am just a little girl and she will be coming up here this weekend to help me build that. But I remembered when we were there that Target was having their buy two get one free books this week, so obviously I had to get books. I mean, like, that is literally such a good deal, like getting a book for free. That's amazing. Also, ignore all these boxes behind me. Those will be gone in like a week. Books that I got are Within Arm's Reach. This is the same author as Hello Beautiful, which I've heard amazing things about. She also wrote Dear Edward, and I've heard amazing things about that one as well, and that is one I've been wanting to pick up. I haven't seen anyone post about this, but the cover is what drew me to it. Obviously, it's beautiful, and it's a literary fiction. It's about 3 generations of a large Irish Catholic family. Within Arm's Reach is a rich, satisfying novel from the author beloved for the way she chronicled life's highs and lows with aching precision. So this is probably going to have some very bittersweet, family-loving moments, maybe some tragedy and realness that happens with maybe like generational wealth or generational trauma. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm excited to read this. Next one that I got that was honestly like the main reason why I did this book sale, because I've been wanting to get this one. It is Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. The last book that I read was Love Redesigned. I was not a fan of the fine print, and I had Love Redesigned for quite a long time, but I saw more people start talking about it since it's summer and more people were reading it, and they said it's nothing like the fine print. The writing's a lot better, the story's a lot better and more gripping. So I gave it a chance. I ended up giving it 4 stars, and there were mentions of 2 main characters in this book and that one. This book is about the main character in the first book's uncle and his nanny, and it's a single parent trope, and I'm just a little intimidated because look at how thick this is. Love Redesigned is pretty thick too, but I think this one is longer. This has to be, it's literally hitting 600 pages, which is always intimidating to me for a romance book. It's like, why do they have to be that long? But Love Redesigned really didn't feel that long or like too drawn out to me. It was good. So I'm going to give this one a go probably really soon because I really enjoyed the first one and I want to know their story. The last book I got is The Love of My Afterlife by Kirsty Greenwood. I have not read anything by her. I don't know if she's actually been published anything else besides this. Yeah, I have no idea. I need to look that up later, but the cover also drew me to this one. I saw someone post about this like 2 days ago on Instagram, but it was a UK edition. It was like a completely different cover, but the title gravitated me, like pulled me in, and I think this is like a silly romance. It says a recently deceased woman meets the one in the afterlife waiting room, scoring a second chance at life and love if she can find him on earth before 10 days are up. That sounds really good. Like there's not another romance like that, and I feel, at least that I know of, and I feel like sometimes romances can get repetitive, if you will, with like the same tropes, the same kind of like storyline, like brother's best friend or the hockey romances or I don't know, the football, whatever. So I haven't heard of a book like that, and the cover was really pretty and it sounds silly, so I had to get it. As for an update on what I'm currently reading, I read about 50 pages last night, then I read a little bit more while I was at the salon. I've hit part 2. Literally, after I stopped talking to you guys and started reading it, I hit the parts that I had like remembered in my head from when I first read it such a long time ago. It just like the quotes and the things that were said, like it brought the rating up, because at the beginning it was probably like a 2.75 or a 3, but now it's feeling like a 4. The writing like got better as the book went on, and I'm enjoying the storyline more. I'm enjoying the main character more. So I'm really excited to read more of this. I'm gonna read more of it tonight. I can't wait until I can unpack all of my books and like have my bookshelves put together, and then I just need to hang up some more stuff. I hung up some stuff when I got home, but I am tired because I've been on the road since 10:30. So I came home, I ate dinner, and I watched Tana and Brooke's newest podcast, and so now I'm going to do some work on my laptop and then start reading just one day, and maybe I will finish it tonight. We will see. So let's roll over into night 2 of Living on My Own. One of the goals that I had when moving into this new apartment is to stop spending money on coffee, like going and getting coffee every morning, because honestly, I didn't even realize how much it was taking out of my bank account monthly and how much I could save if I just bought coffee at the store and made it every morning. I do have a Keurig, but I don't really use it that often. I bought the Starbucks medium roast, and I've been adding a vanilla almond milk flavored creamer into that and making my own little like latte. And honestly, it tastes the same to me as like what I normally get. Like, it tastes like I could have gotten this from a coffee shop. So hopefully I stick to just making coffee in the morning, because it'll definitely save my bank account. With that being said, it is now the next morning. It is day 3, I guess. Yeah, it's day 3. I have survived 48 hours of living by myself. And like how I said yesterday, it really hasn't been as bad as I thought it was going to be. I've really been enjoying the peace and quiet. I do miss my friends dearly, and one of them will actually be coming over tonight to stay with me, but it was really nice to prove to myself that I can do it, I can live on my own, and it's not scary, it's not bad, it's actually like really nice. So last night I got to page 355. I have like 20 pages left in this, and I literally fell asleep in bed reading this. Like how I said, I got to part 2, and in my review that I read to you guys from 2015 of when I first read this, I said that I enjoyed part 1 more than part 2, and this time around I'm enjoying part 2 more than part 1, and it's so cool to see how like your reading tastes change like over the years as you get older and stuff. I don't know, but I'm really liking part 2 more. I don't think I recognized the like deeper meaning in this and like the mental health struggles and everything when I was 14 when I read it compared to 22 now reading it. And this book, I think I said, was published in 2013, and I feel like this book is kind of forward of the times back then. There's LGBTQ representation, there's mental health awareness, and maybe I haven't read enough books that were published back then compared to like the more recent ones to be able to compare to the ones that are published now that have a lot of mental health awareness and inclusiveness, but I was shocked by this and I didn't remember that when I had read it. So that was really cool, and I like that a book published 11 years ago was already kind of forward with the times, I guess. But with that being said, I will be finishing this today. Obviously, I literally have such a little bit left, and then I think I'm going to read, I think, The Love of My Afterlife, one of the books that I got yesterday. After reading the synopsis of it again, I was like, I really want to read this. With that being said, that concludes this little video of me living on my own. I'm so happy that I didn't like freak out or get super worried during it. I like literally killed this thing, and I'm going to be doing it for a very long time afterwards, but you know, the first few nights are a little bit scary and take some time to adjust to. But thank you for joining me and keeping me company over the past 2 days. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, you know, all the little YouTube things. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!